Good morning, everybody. It's Stas here. Welcome to the May 6th, 2021 morning update video. Today, like always, we're going to be breaking down the futures market. We're going to talk about 5 stocks I'm watching now, and I also want to go over my thoughts in general on the market. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. You guys know the drill, and let's get right into the video. So overall, guys, look, the futures market, it's not doing anything crazy. It's really not doing anything at all at this point. The S&P's at break even. Dow futures are up 0.1%. You might as well call that break even. And the NASDAQ 100 futures, they're down 4 points. Those are also at break even. So not much is going on pre-market to really talk about today. I mean, pulling up these S&P futures on the intraday chart, you guys can see exactly that. I mean, nothing really is happening. We had a little run up. We did have a bit of a run up to 41.73 overnight. That was at 3 a.m. here on the East Coast, and then we sold off to where we are now at 41.60. So if anything, guys, the bears are slowly gaining steam into the market open. Ever since 4 a.m. here on the East Coast, we've been making lower lows, lower highs. In fact, we just hit a lower low about 30 minutes ago at 41.50. Now we're at 41.60. So I'm going to be looking to see if these futures continue this downwards pattern that they've been on over the past couple of hours here. And going over to SPY, right? Look at SPY here, guys. You can see overall, you're seeing a lot of the same price action. Lower lows, lower highs here in the pre-market. Now, the level that if SPY breaks, watch out below. If it breaks this point, guys, 415, then we might see more selling, right? That is where we're going to take the low out from yesterday, right around 415, and then maybe we end up going to 411 again, which was that low from 2 days ago, also from a couple weeks ago. So yeah, watch out for that. At this point in time, the downtrend, the bears are still in charge, right? The downtrend still intact over the past couple of days. So yeah, 415 breaks, which we're hanging on by a thread. Watch out for 411 followed by 408. That's what I'm watching right now. And same thing with QQQ pretty much, right? But in this case, we're holding 328, right? We're holding 328. And if that were to break, which was that low point from yesterday, both during the market and after market hours, right? If that were to break, we're going to go to 326, which was that low from 2 days ago on, what day was that? Tuesday, right? And if 326 were to break, then we might start pushing down. Look at this 4-hour chart, guys. We might start pushing into the 3 teens, anywhere from 315, 318, 319. You know, this is where the Qs could end up going. And yeah, it's really, I don't want to say it's too early to tell because, well, it is kind of too early to tell. It is pre-market, but we just haven't seen much price action. So we have to wait until market open, 30 minutes, hour in. That is when we're going to see the true direction, at least for today, at least for the beginning of the day when it comes to the markets, right? And overall, the VIX is not doing much, but we do see, wow, now that I'm looking at this, we do see precious metals up quite a bit. Look at this. Silver is up 1.5% right now. Shout out to silver. This is very bullish right now, guys. It's breaking out of 2670. That was the high towards the end of April. Now we're pushing to the high from a couple days ago. So inflation's here. Inflation's kicking up. There's going to be long-term, well, not long-term inflation, but at least, well, there very well could be. I don't know. But at least in the very short term, let's say 6 months, 12 months, I personally think, maybe even more than that, I think there's going to be inflation here in the next, year, 2 years, no doubt about it, maybe even longer than that. We'll wait and see. And that's reflecting in the precious metals markets. Again, silver's up a bunch. It's been doing well. Gold is up as well here, 0.6% pre-market. So, well, let's talk about some stocks now because we're looking at these gold futures. They're looking good. Silver futures are looking good. So I'm going to be looking at some gold stocks today. This wasn't on the list for today, but now that we're looking at gold, we might as well add these to the video. GDX is one at $36. Watch out for that, guys. That'd be the breakout spot in my opinion. So if 36 were to go, break, right? We might test the high from a couple days ago. Well, 2 weeks ago at this point, $37. That'd be the next target, which isn't much higher from here. But if 37 were to break, watch out for the move up towards $40 on GDX. Another one that I like, which I want to check on right now, is AG. First Majestic Silver. This one's yet to break out. I mean, when is this thing going to break out? Come on. I mean, Silver's been crushing it. Silver's doing well right now, so I guess we have to be patient on this one. And I have an alert at 17, so I'm going to lower that a bit, put that alert at about 16 now. I think if that were to break, guys, there could be a push in First Majestic Silver, and this is a leveraged way to play silver and precious metals in general, since it is a mining oriented company. So I'm watching those. Moderna is another one I'm watching. They just reported earnings this morning. The stock's down a big chunk, down $15 pre-market. They did EPS of $2.84 versus $2.39 estimated, so they beat EPS. Kudos to them for that. But revenue, that's a different story. Revenue missed. Revenue came in at $1.9 billion versus $2.04 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, missed revenue, and the stock is getting destroyed. I mean, destroyed, guys. It is down from the close yesterday. It's down 12%, so that is not good. And you could argue that in the short term, maybe Moderna got a bit overinflated. That's a pretty good argument considering ever since the end of March, this stock went from $125, well, let's just say for the month of April, and from $125, it went all the way to $190. I mean, come on, guys. That is a 35% month. What do you think's going to happen? The stock's going to sell off at some point, and this earnings report was the catalyst for it to sell off a bit, for some profit taking to come in, and for it to just cool off a little bit. And this doesn't mean Moderna's screwed. In fact, this could be this very well could be a dip buy, especially if it recovers its way above 150, right around this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Also, you guys can see 150, 155. That was resistance in February, also in the middle of March, and it also held as support in the end of April. So I'm thinking if 150, 155, we hold that level, there's going to be upside in Moderna, probably as the dust settles, maybe back up to 170, 175, maybe 190. Maybe we push that high point from a couple days ago. That's possible as well. So I'm going to be watching Moderna. I'm not going to rush into it here, though, but I'm going to give it some days, some trading, some more trading in the next couple of days to see where it settles at, and then we can make a decision from there. And Square is my favorite company that's reporting, at least today. They report earnings after market hours, and we saw PayPal yesterday. They did quite well, and I have an investment in PayPal, and they did very well when it comes to EPS revenue. They guided up for sales and EPS for full year 21. The stock, PayPal that is up a lot pre-market. Take a look at this one, guys. It is up to 258 last time I checked. Okay, now it's down to 255, so it is giving back some of those gains, but overall, it is still up about 3% now pre-market. And if we pull up Square's chart, you guys can see on the 4-hour here, we're right around the higher low, right around the uptrend. Well, where it should hold if the uptrend were to continue, right around 230, 235, right? Last time we held a higher low was at 210. Prior to that, 204. Prior to that, 193. So we're going to be watching Square up 230, 235 here. And I'm thinking if it takes out the lows from the middle of April, which is now a big resistance, 240, 245, if we break out of those low points, that's going to be a big momentum shift there's going to be a momentum shift for Square at that point, and the uptrend would be continuing at that point. And ultimately, guys, if Square does anything close to what PayPal did, I'm sure they're going to do well with earnings. They beat EPS, revenue, guide up EPS and revenue. This stock could do very well today, maybe leading into the earnings, and especially after hours. And for me, I don't like buying too many stocks before earnings and holding through earnings as a gamble earnings play. That's not my style. And so I'm going to be waiting to see what they report, probably let the dust settle a bit, let the stock do its thing, and then we're going to reallocate, or rather what's the word there? Reanalyze, right? We're going to reanalyze it after that and see what the stock's doing. So I like Square here. AMC is another one that's reporting today. This is kind of my YOLO stock. I don't have anything in it right now, but I consider it a YOLO stock because the stock's pretty dang crazy, let's be honest, and the stock goes crazy really every earnings report that I've been tracking it recently, and this could go either direction. It could go up 30%, down 20%, which is why it's called a YOLO stock to me, because really, if you throw in even $1,000, you can make potentially a good amount of money on a trade, and I'm not telling you guys to do that. I'm just telling you all the truth of the matter, which is that this stock is pretty crazy, and we know that over in Europe, they're still struggling a bit, but here in the USA, they've really opened up most, if not all, I believe it's pretty much all of their theaters at this point. Not at full capacity, though. There's still some locations that are 50%, whatever, 25%, 75%, depending on the state. And California was a big state that had a lot of these theaters shut down, but now they're pretty much all operating in California, at least for my knowledge, right? So that's a good sign fundamentally from AMC. And again, they report earnings today after hours. We're gonna get more insight on that. And technically speaking, this stock is holding an uptrend still. I mean, look, holding $9, that's a higher low from the the 830 low from before, the 750 from before that. So it's holding an uptrend, but it's still making lower highs as well. So I'm thinking $8.59 holds, which it is. I'm thinking there's going to be a rally potentially towards the mid to high 10s, maybe even $11 on AMC. And again, I don't like gambling on earnings. That's not my style. But if we see a pop after hours and these earnings do act as a catalyst for a push upwards, this could be a play tomorrow during the day. And who knows, maybe even today, leading into earnings, we might get some hype with AMC. I'm not sure what's going on in the Wall Street bets community right now, if they're still on AMC or not. I'm sure they're still looking at it. So who knows, maybe we get some action around it. And I have to look at the options market to see what that's looking like right now for AMC. So that's AMC. DBX is another one. Dropbox is the ticker, the name. DBX is the ticker. This one they also report today, so we're going to be watching this after market hours. And this is a pretty nice chart. I'm not going to lie. It's making higher lows, and it's sold off quite a bit in the past month and a half, down from 28 to about 24. That's about a 15% drop. So I'm looking at this dip on Dropbox to see if it could hold the uptrend at about 24. Maybe we get a nice dip buy on this. And one thing worth mentioning is we are seeing a death cross right now. The 50 did cross under the 180 SMA here on the 4 hour, so that's a bit worrisome. So I want to see a break back above at least 25. Might as well make it 25.50, so I'm going to put an alert at 25.50. Then if we see a golden cross from there, that's going to be a sign that, hey, the uptrend is going to be continuing, and there could be some more upside. And one more here is Roku, guys. This one's down way more than most stocks we talk about today. This one's down 40% from its high, well in a bear market, and they report, what is it, after market hours, right? Today or tomorrow? Today after market hours, they're reporting. So I want to see if we get some sort of relief rally on Roku. I feel like it's due for one, considering in the past couple of days alone, the stock is down about $80. That's big. That's a big downwards move on Roku. But then again, it's ran up so much in just the past 6 months alone. If we're looking back at the price in September, it's still doubled up from the price in September, even though it's down 50% from the price in February, if that makes any sense, right? The stock's still up a ton, guys. So I'm going to be watching to see if 300 could hold. Maybe we get a rally off this support to about maybe 330, 345, 350 on the higher end. So these are a bunch of stocks I'm watching, guys. Some thoughts on the market. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, make sure to hit the like button if you all enjoyed this video, and feel free to shoot me a DM if you have any questions. As always, I really appreciate all of you out there tuning in, supporting the Patreon, supporting me a bit further. It means a lot. Means a lot that you guys are supporting me. It really does. It really does, guys. So I'll see you all later on. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crushing the markets. And again, shoot me a DM if you have any questions. I'll see you all later. Peace out.